Before you were even born, he wrote about you. Oh, wow. So whatever's going on in your life, he knows. He knows. And when you're hurting, he's hurting. Look what it says. Look, Psalms 50, is it 56? There it is. Listen to this. You have kept count of my tossings. You know what the word tossings means? It means wanderings. You've counted them. He's wandering again. She's wandering again. Look at this. You put my tears in your bottle. Wait, so now God has a bottle with our tears in it? Like, I don't know. I didn't really hear this stuff before. I'm like, why does he keep my tears? It's crazy about you. When you're hurting, he's hurting. When you're crying, he's crying. Do you remember when Lazarus died and then Jesus raised him? There's this buddy of his two sisters were really close friends of Jesus, as was Lazarus, and Lazarus tragically dies. And in a minute, like 5 minutes later, Jesus is going to raise him from the dead. But do you know what Jesus does first? He sits down and cries. It's the shortest verse in the Bible. Jesus wept. You know that's one of the most mysterious verses? Because the next verse, he goes, all right, Lazarus, come on back to us. Get up. You're good. Why are you crying? I mean, if I'm like, Martha or Mary, I'm like, well, that was weird. We thought you were crying because it was over too. Why was Jesus crying? Just because he knows the outcome and what he's going to do doesn't lessen the pain you're in right now. And he feels that pain with you. He feels that pain with you. He says, are they not in your book? My tears are they not in your, have you recorded my tears in your book too? Yes, I have, son. Every tear you shed. See, you got to understand the history of the church. We're all here today in a free country, in a beautiful auditorium, but it's not always been like this for God worshipers and Jesus followers. Our history, though it is laden with horrific acts, it is also full of heroic stories where men and women as average as you as me believed in a God, and it cost them their life. It cost them all their money. It cost them their dignity. It cost them family and friendship and relationship. And they lived lives in the cold, abandoned by everyone but God. So many of us are blessed, and you should not feel bad for how blessed you are and how blessed I am. Don't you dare feel bad. But remember that when times get tough, our predecessors, our forefathers went through the same thing. And the God who counted their tears and wrote books about them is counting your tears and writing books about you. And he loves you. And he weeps with you, and he feels your pain. And he is not far from you. He is paying attention to you. And so next time you need some joy, next time you need some confidence, next time you need some security, I suggest this. Look what it says in Luke chapter 10 and verse 20, I believe it is. The disciples, Jesus sent them out to heal people. And they came back and they're like, yo, Jesus, we were in the town and we started praying for people and demons were coming out of people. We got power. Jesus goes, that's nice. He says, you know what should bring you joy? Not that the spirits are subject to you, but that your name is written in heaven. That's the source of your emotional stability. Because there are going to be days where you don't feel like you got a lot of power. Boy, there are days following Jesus, you are like everything you touch turns to gold. People getting free. My God, thank you, Jesus. And then other days, you can't barely brush your teeth right. I mean, you can't. You're like, God, what? He says, no, I want you to find joy in the fact that your Father loves you, and he's written your name down, and he's got a book about you, and he's got a bottle with your tears in it. That's who he is.